In today's episode of Business Explained, we will be going over the Fresh and Fit podcast. If you've ever spent any time on the internet, endlessly scrolling through TikTok, Reels, or Shorts, you have probably seen these two premature ejaculators. Considering these two sex symbols keep going viral every week, it's hard to escape the verbal diarrhea that comes out of their mouth. Take this for example.
A man that's 35 is not the same as a woman that's 35 at all.
There's so many sugar daddies, man.
Yeah, like that's... Men age like wine, women typically age like milk. Now, can you push the clock back a little bit as a woman? You go to the gym, you take care of yourself, do some Kegels, whatever. Yeah, for sure. But you're never going to be able to compete with your 21-year-old self when you're 31, bro. Period. Because, and the other thing, too, from a biological perspective, most of your eggs are gone by the time you're 35. It's considered a high-risk pregnancy. And by the time you're 30, like 80% of your eggs plus are gone. So if a man wants to have a family, you can't even give him children.
They could take them.
You're virtually useless from a biological standpoint.
Oh man,
I mean,
that's the truth.
Don't want no kids.
That is the truth. That's facts. From a if I want to have a family and I'm marrying a chick that's 35 years old, there's a higher than 90% chance that I will not be able to have children with her.
I know that baby is gonna come out.
Right? I know a couple that.
Or this.
It's not about it's about men value women that aren't tainted.
Again, who are and what women are untainted?
There are women that are adults that are virgins.
Majority is not. The majority is not that though. And you guys had the entire time have been talking about the majority.
In
so
the
if
United
like
States,
to switch the minority,
in the United States, potentially, but there's other places in the world where women stay virgins until marriage.
Yeah, thank God.
And that's because their life quite literally depends on it. They will get murdered if they have sex outside of wedlock.
That's not true, actually.
Yes, it is. There are multiple religions that are like that. There are multiple.
Look, man, this is what I'm trying to say.
Or even this.
Because you know
what
deep
if
down,
a girl asks you your body count?
it doesn't matter because
you're never gonna say it.
I'll say it.
We said it on air many times.
We said on air many times. It doesn't matter because
What matters right now? What matters right now?
I'm trying to make a point right now.
You're not.
No girl is gonna look at me and be like, I'm not gonna marry him because he had sex with 270 women. They're not gonna do that. They don't care. That's not gonna limit my ability to find a woman.
Well,
but if you go and you say I had sex with 270 men, no one's gonna marry you. No one's gonna marry you.
Now these two OnlyFans philosophers call themselves fresh and fit, but they fail to realize that they're neither fresh nor fit. As a matter of fact, Myron is going bald and Fresh talks like he has
fun right now, and at least on some level as well, she understands that like at least she can actually acquire things quite easily. But a guy, on the other hand, has to work for it.
Fresh can barely form words, let alone sentences, without having Myron hold his hand halfway through a thought. And what's more crazy is that these guys claim to be dating gurus who proactively give advice to men regarding relationships. Now, to be a dating guru, you need to also know everything there is to know about the opposite gender, in this case women, or like how Myron likes to call them, bitches. And luckily they're kind enough to post videos such as how to pull girls easily, with the word easily in all caps, emphasizing how effortlessly it is to get some bitches to like you. Now before I play this clip, I do have to warn you, Fresh is going to be the one talking, so try to have some patience with him. He recently learned new vocabulary words and is trying to apply them into sentences. Myron is nowhere to be found, but I have a feeling he's underneath the desk having the time of his life.
All right, guys, so you heard my L's, marrying a single mom, getting left out in the cold, basically in the car, never came downstairs. But today we're gonna talk about my W in terms of having 3 women in one day.
Off to a great start. 30 seconds into the video and he's already established himself as a pussy magnet, claiming to have fucked 3 girls in one single night. This is of course assuming that they were indeed real women and not his left and right hand. Anyways, Fresh is now going to explain how this even happened in the first place.
But I met this guy at a pool party. He's an NBA player. I won't say his name for some reasons, but you know, he's a pretty top tier guy, high value guy, right? I'm at the bar ordering drinks for my friends and he says, yo bro, what's a good spot to go party at tonight? I told him, look, bro, you can go downtown, you can go to Brickell, Wynwood, doesn't really matter, but I'm going to downtown because it's a really good spot. And then he's like, yo, bro, are you on Instagram?
Hold up, let me get this straight. You met a basketball player in a random pool party who's apparently in the top tier rankings of the NBA, whose name you can't say because he would obviously call you out on your bullshit ass story. But for comedic purposes, let's just assume it was LeBron James who you met. LeBron proceeds to tell you, yo bro, I just met you like 10 minutes ago, but you're clearly a very cool guy. Do you happen to know some good party spots? And then you reply with, yeah bro, just go outside and take a right, another right, a left, go up, go down, and walk sideways for 3 miles in a straight line until you reach downtown. And if that wasn't ludicrous enough, LeBron asks Fresh for his Instagram, after which LeBron notices a familiar girl on his followers list, prompting LeBron to ask him, hey, you know that girl? Fresh replies back with, and I quote, I used to do her back in the day. You can't make this shit up. Look at this man's face. That's the face of a person who's minutes away from catching a sexual assault charge. I've seen hentais with better lore than this piece of shit.
So he's like, yo, dude, you know what? I'm having a mansion party, like, the next day. Come through, I got you. All this time, you know, we linked up the same night at the party spot I was going to. We connected. And funny enough, we dated the same girls, like a bunch of them. It was crazy, you know? Like we always say, me and Myron, a lot of these girls share the same high value men, and they're around in the same circles, right?
The schizophrenia has officially taken over at this point. He's now referring to himself as a man of high value. He managed to brainwash his own head with lies and small dick propaganda. He's expecting us to really believe that he and LeBron James were fucking the same girls. Not only is this an insult to us the viewers, but also to the NBA. He is putting himself in the same bracket as a top basketball player. A guy who is universally laughed at for having a podcast aimed at incels and guys with mommy issues, acting like he's in the same level as LeBron.
I'm at his mansion party, right? There's like 40 girls and like 5 guys. In my head, I'm like, yo, real talk, this is crazy. Like, I've never been at a party where there's been this much girls compared to guys. So I'm like, yo, how's this gonna work? He says to me, yo, come through, bro. So he's like, yo, pick 3 that you want, and I got you. I was like, 3 that I want? This is like a buffet? Shoot, I'll take it.
So not only is his story not believable, Fresh decided to say, fuck it, let me add my own M. Night Shyamalan twist to it and add human trafficking into the mix. I'm starting to believe that Fresh never met a basketball player, let alone a living, breathing female. Also, how the fuck is this a tutorial on getting girls? So far, Fresh hasn't taught his audience of incels any tips or tricks on how to actually get girls who like them. So far it's been, meet a famous basketball player, get on your knees and suck him off, then hopefully get invited to a house full of prostitutes, select 3 out of the 45 women available on the roster, and pray that you don't catch chlamydia from them. If this is what it takes to get some girls who like you, then fuck, we all don't stand a chance.
So I was like, yo, I like her, and her. He goes, talks to them, calls them over, and I kid you not, I got a bedroom for you over here, do your thing. I'm like, what the heck? Is it that easy? So what happened was, like, I talked to them real quick. They were mad cool. And legit, guys, I could have a threesome with them, but I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, yo, this is too much for me. But
let me stop here real quick. Before we go any further, we need to analyze what he just said. He claims he had sex with 3 women, calling it a threesome. Now, according to my calculations, 3 + 1 = 4, so it would have been a foursome, considering he was quote-unquote involved. So not only can he barely speak, but he can barely do basic fucking math. Dear viewer, this is what we experts call an intellectually molested individual.
So translate that into like my own lifestyle. Now from Instagram, I say, you know what? I can have 3 in one day. Why can't I do it myself? Learning from Deals on Demand that you guys are gonna learn if you bought the course. We're gonna re-release it soon, coming up maybe like next month. That whole setup there can be done for yourself through Instagram or a dating app.
He then promotes a shitty fucking course on how to get women. If this is supposed to be a preview on how to get females, then Jesus Christ, I feel bad for anyone who's already enrolled in this stupid ass academy. I'm not convinced that their viewers are brain dead Discord mods who spend their entire day in their mother's basement jerking off to hentai. It's truly laughable how these 2 Oompa Loompas even got famous on the internet. I'm now going to end this video with a clip showing how normal people listening to this diarrhea feel about their mindset.
Women like attention, men want sex. So my thing is, a man is capable of having sex with other women while still loving his girl the same.
You're actually saying that in a relationship, it's okay for men to go and explore other options, but we have to be happy with you and not explore options.
Absolutely. Closed on your end, open on my end, and I think there should be honest between the two.
Why? Why
That's
would
crazy.
anyone agree to that?
You can't just go throwing that thing around. I spoke to Dan Balserian. Yeah, I'm sick of you asking to finish your long, boring answers that are the same answer every time we ask you a question. Even Dan Balserian last week told me to my face, so fucking what, clown? Here you are on the show. I can turn you off as well. Just turn these clowns off. See you fellas, grow up, ring us back when you're 30 and you've got half a brain. You're not running around being led by your own dicks. Bye-bye. See you later. Turn them off.
Make sure to like and subscribe. And with that being said, I'm out.